It always strikes me, when you listen to veterans talk about their fellow service members, their brothers and sisters in arms, the connection is just so powerful.
Oh,
You
absolutely.
can just feel it.
Yeah.
It's like a bond forged in the most intense situations. And the thought of losing one of those comrades, I mean, it hits me as a really unique kind of pain.
It is, yeah.
So today we're going to explore how veterans honor and remember those they've lost in service.
It's such an important part of their experience.
It really is, and I think for a lot of us who haven't served,
Right.
it can be hard to fully grasp.
Yeah.
So we're diving deep today, and we're using a couple of sources, both titled Honoring Fallen Comrades, Rituals and Remembrance for Veterans.
Yes, great sources.
Yeah, and they really shed light on why this loss is so profound for veterans and how crucial these acts of remembrance are.
Not just for the individuals, but for the whole veteran community.
Exactly, for the whole community. So
Yeah.
our mission today in this deep dive is to unpack all of this. We want to understand why that loss cut so deep, how rituals, formal and informal, help with the healing process,
Yeah.
almost like a balm,
Mm-hmm.
and the many different ways veterans keep those memories alive, and finally, how they find meaning and create a lasting legacy for their fallen comrades.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, so first, let's talk about that intense loss.
Okay.
Why does losing a comrade hit veterans so hard?
Well, the sources really emphasize the extraordinary bonds formed in military service.
Hmm.
You have to think about what underpins these relationships. There's this deep, absolute trust, the willingness to make huge personal sacrifices, and they're all working towards a common vital purpose.
It's high stakes.
Absolutely. And that kind of intense environment forges connections that just go so far beyond everyday friendships.
You're right. It's not just about having a shared job or something.
Yeah.
It's knowing someone has your back when things get really real, really dangerous.
Yeah.
I mean, you're literally entrusting your life to each other in ways most of us, thankfully, will never have to experience. And that shared crucible,
Mm-hmm.
as you called it, creates this shared grief when there is a loss.
Exactly.
It's not an isolated thing. It ripples out through the veteran community.
Yeah, it affects everyone.
Like ripples in a pond. And it's in this context of such profound loss that rituals become so important.
They really do.
Both sources emphasize how these rituals, both the formal ones and the more personal ones, are key to healing.
Absolutely.
So let's start with the formal ones, military funerals with full honors.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's such a powerful image. Just the simple act of placing a flag on a grave carries so much weight.
It does.
What's the deeper meaning behind these structured rituals?
Well, what's interesting is how the very structure of these rituals can be incredibly grounding,
Okay.
especially during a time of such intense emotional upheaval.
Yeah, it's like things are falling apart.
Yeah, you've got the prescribed steps, the clear roles everyone plays, the traditional
This
elements.
is familiar.
It is, and they all provide this framework, a sense of order when everything else feels chaotic.
Right, like a path to follow.
Exactly. And it's a public, collective way to acknowledge the sacrifice, to say that formal goodbye, and to honor the person's entire life in their service.
That makes sense. It's like having a well-trodden path to help navigate those initial stages of grief.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
And then there are the informal rituals, which sound just as important, just in a different way.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like veterans gathering to share stories about their fallen comrade, or even raising a toast in remembrance.
Mm-hmm.
How do those less formal acts contribute to healing?
They offer a different but equally important kind of healing,
Okay.
They create a space for connection to continue, a chance to reminisce, share those poignant memories, the funny ones.
The good times.
Yeah, exactly. To laugh together, to cry together.
Yeah.
It's a powerful reminder that they're not alone in their grief, that others understand that unique bond they shared.
Hmm. So it's about keeping that spirit, that memory of their friend alive through sharing.
Exactly, keeping them part of the group in a way.
Like that personal connection continues, even though they're physically gone.
Yeah.
Now, beyond these group rituals, it seems veterans also find comfort in creating individual personal tributes.
Oh, absolutely.
Our sources mention things like writing letters to their fallen comrades, putting together scrapbooks filled with photos and memories, dedicating art or music to them.
Mm-hmm.
These are all very personal expressions of loss and remembrance.
It is, and it really highlights the individual nature of these tributes.
What's the significance of these personal acts, do you think?
Well, each one reflects the specific, unique relationship that veteran had with their fallen comrade.
Hmm.
Whether it's something tangible like wearing a memorial bracelet, a constant physical reminder,
Right.
or something more abstract like a piece of music that evokes their spirit.
Hmm.
These acts offer a way to keep that memory close, to process their grief in their own way, on their own time.
So it's about finding what works for them.
Exactly.
And then you have the more permanent tributes, the physical ones, like planting a tree or dedicating a bench in a special place.
Right.
It's like creating a lasting marker for their memory in the physical world.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. These tangible memorials create a physical space for reflection,
Yeah.
a place where veterans, or anyone really, can go to remember, to connect with that person's legacy.
It's about turning grief into something that endures, something with a real presence.
Yes,
And
exactly.
that idea of legacy brings us to another powerful way veterans honor their fallen comrades. Through continued service, it's such a strong image, the idea of them carrying on their comrades' work, upholding those shared values.
Mm.
What do you think that represents in the bigger picture?
It's about channeling that deep sense of loss into something positive, something constructive.
Right.
By volunteering, mentoring younger service members, advocating for causes their comrade believed in, they're not just keeping a memory alive, they're ensuring that their comrade's impact continues.
It's about living a life that honors their sacrifice.
Exactly.
And as our sources say, ensuring their legacy has a real, meaningful impact.
Mm-hmm.
And all of these rituals, big and small, all these acts of remembrance, together they help build that lasting legacy.
They do.
It's not just about private memories, it's about a shared history, a collective act of remembering.
That's a really important point.
Which brings up a question. How do we make sure these powerful stories, these sacrifices, aren't forgotten over time?
That is the question, isn't it?
Yeah, our sources talk about the vital role of preserving these experiences through oral histories, written accounts, and memorial projects.
And organizations like the Veterans History Project.
Yes, they become really crucial in facilitating this kind of collective memory.
Absolutely.
So it's a conscious effort to keep these stories alive, to make sure future generations hear them, understand them, to make sure they appreciate the true cost of freedom.
That's so important.
And this isn't something veterans do alone. The need for community support is a theme that runs through all of this.
Oh, for sure.
What role does that community support play?
Well, going through such a profound loss,
Yeah,
it's not something anyone should face alone.
no.
And the veteran community, as both sources make clear, provides this incredibly important support network.
Mm-hmm.
It can take many forms: formal therapy groups, those informal gatherings we talked about,
Right.
even online communities where veterans can connect across distances.
So it's about connecting with people who get it.
Yeah.
People who have been through similar things, who understand the unique nature of military loss.
Exactly, because it can be hard for those outside of that world to truly grasp.
So when you look at all these ways veterans honor their fallen comrades, the rituals, the tributes, the continued service, what message comes through most strongly for you?
For me, it's clear. The fallen are not forgotten.
Yeah.
Their sacrifice, their courage, that incredible camaraderie, it lives on in the hearts and minds of those they served with.
And honoring their memory, it's not just about the past, is it?
No, it's not.
It's about finding a way forward, a path to healing and hope for those left behind.
It's about carrying their spirit with you.
Which underscores why it's so important to remember them not just on Memorial Day, but throughout the year.
Every day.
Their sacrifice shouldn't be limited to one day on the calendar.
Absolutely.
Why do you think that constant remembrance is so vital?
It's about truly acknowledging the magnitude of their sacrifice
Mm-hmm.
and the lasting impact their service has on all of us.
Their stories, those unbreakable bonds, they're powerful reminders of the strength of service, of human connection.
And it ensures their legacy continues to resonate.
To teach future generations about what their service meant and the true cost of the freedom we enjoy.
It keeps their memory alive in the wider world.
It really does. It reinforces the idea that those connections weren't just about a specific time and place, but they continue to shape the lives of those who remain, and even our society as a whole. So to recap, we've talked about the incredibly deep bonds that make losing a comrade so painful, the healing power of rituals, the personal and lasting tributes veterans create, how they find purpose in continued service, and how important community support is in navigating this grief.
Yes.
And the main message that shines through all of this is that these fallen heroes are never forgotten.
Their sacrifice and their incredible camaraderie continue to have an impact on us all.
Absolutely. And for everyone listening, I hope understanding these practices gives you a deeper appreciation for the veteran experience.
It's such a unique world.
It is, with its own powerful language of grief and remembrance.
Which brings us to a question for you to think about.
Oh,
Given how deep these bonds are and how important these acts of remembrance are, how can we as a society do a better job of supporting and acknowledging the ongoing connection veterans feel with their fallen comrades?
not just on holidays.
Exactly, not just on Memorial Day, but every day.
That's a powerful question and something we should all consider. Thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive.
My pleasure.
It's been an honor to explore this topic with you.
Likewise.
Until next time,
See you then.
take care.
See you.
We'll be back next time with another thought-provoking exploration of a topic that matters.